We've moved now to the Olmsted County Recycling Center Plus, and I'm joined here by Anthony Whitmer and County Commissioner Laurel Podolsky-Smith. Hello, thanks for joining me here.
Thanks for having us.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Doing all right. You busy here?
Yeah, we're nearing the fall cleanout time of year.
So is that a busy time?
Yep. So spring, everyone kind of thinks about spring cleaning,
Sure.
But really once we get towards the end of the summer, folks are getting ready for winter. I know we hate to say that at this time, but there's really quite a bit of stuff that people are cleaning out from their garages, and just trying to declutter before they get, closed up for winter.
And I suppose if you're thinking about it, they might want to move before the snow falls if they're moving, so they probably bring in some stuff because of moving as well.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, we have a lot going on here and a lot to talk about. We're so fortunate to have Commissioner Podolsky-Smith joining us. How are you, by the way?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Great. So we are talking all about recycling in Olmsted County. What can the general public do to make sure that we are recycling as much as we possibly can?
I love that question. Thank you. I think it's actually the most important question. What can we do as individuals to reduce waste and make sure that our solid waste is going to the right path and that our recycling is going to the right path? There's actually so much we can do. And we can start by each one of us taking up the responsibility of the fact that nothing goes away, and that we have an impact on our environment, including the solid waste stream and the recycling stream. So here are a few things you can do to reduce waste and to improve recycling. To buy and consume products that are generally low waste. For instance, going to the farmer's market and buying produce there. Or if you buy produce at the grocery store, bring your own reusable bags and your own reusable produce bags instead of grabbing a plastic bag. Also, one of my favorite things to do is to go for a litter walk on purpose.
Sure.
Bring a reusable bin or bucket and pick up the litter that you see, and as long as it's safe to handle, and dispose it properly, because not only do you make a more beautiful world, but you help to eliminate toxins, plastics, contaminants from our waterways and our soil.
And you get a little exercise too.
And you get your steps in.
That's good. That's
so,
smart.
and another thing that I know they're promoting here at the waste to energy facility and environmental resources in general is to leave your grass clippings on your lawn and leave your mulched leaves on your lawn. Your lawn will be happier and healthier, and so will the worms.
It's not always about looks, is it?
It's not always about looks.
Well, you came prepared. She knows what she's talking about over here. So, Anthony, we have a lot of cans right to our left, but we also have the cubes, the big, what do you call them?
Bales.
The bales. There we go, bales. I'm used to hay bales, not recycling bales. So let's go take a look at those, because those are very important, and it's different here than it is in maybe other communities.
Yeah, and that's something that we'd really like to highlight when we're out in the community and telling folks about our operations within our solid waste campus. It's not always just about what's collected at the curb, right? But we do understand that for most people, that's what they're familiar with. They've got the carts, they've got their bins that they roll out each week. Everything that you see here behind me, this is self-hauled to the Olmsted County Recycling Center Plus. So if you've seen those green bins just out on the outside of the facility, that gets brought mostly to the baler right behind us, and that will get compacted into these bales, which we see behind us. Here we've got our mixed plastic, number 1s, 2s, and 5s. To the left of that, we've got our tin and steel cans. In these bunkers to our right, we've got mixed paper and sorted office white paper. We get a really good price for these materials because they are source separated. So they aren't getting contaminated with, liquids in a commingled bin. And because of that cleanliness, we do get a very good price. And we have not really had to worry about finding end markets for this material. We've got about a 5-state area from which we send these materials off to be repurposed into new materials.
How often are they making these bales?
Yep, great question. And it depends a little bit on the time of year. Obviously, when the facility is busier in warmer weather, we get more materials coming in. Behind us with plastic, it might be about 1 to 2 bales a week versus cardboard, which could be up to 3 to 4 bales a day. So by far and away, the largest commodity we have coming through this facility is corrugated cardboard.
Which people are bringing in on their own, right?
Correct. Yep, everything here is self-hauled.
Okay. Anything more that you'd like our viewers at home to know? I was going to ask you because you said you recently made a post about the pizza box. So can we recycle the pizza box?
Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up.
I haven't seen the post yet.
You
I need to
gotta
watch
go out.
it.
Here's a shameless plug for the Olmsted County Environmental Resources Department. You at home viewer, go out on your phone there, check it out. Yeah, the pizza boxes are common questions that we get. The vast majority of them would be considered garbage, just because they're so often contaminated with cheese and grease that end markets don't want that soiled fiber.
So the simple answer seems to be no, but it seems like you have more to it here.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a nuanced question, and for those who really want to recycle, you know, if the lid is clean right on the box,
Sure.
you can rip that off,
Okay.
throw that in there. So it does take a little bit of a judgment call on the consumer, and we would emphasize that folks should err on the side of caution.
Sure. Because you don't want a bunch of dirty pizza boxes coming through here.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Commissioner Podolsky-Smith, come on over here because we have big things happening here in the future for Rochester in this area because there's been some funding in place and there's going to be some construction here down the road.
Yeah, it's an incredibly exciting time. Olmsted County finally got some much needed and much anticipated funding to build our own materials recovery facility, which we call a MRF, an MRF.
Okay.
And this is a game changer for many reasons. Chief among them is we will be able to collect, process, and manage our recycling here on site, rather than trucking it up to the Twin Cities, which is what the recycling center does now, right? So that will reduce fuel, energy, time, money. That's an overall cost saving and a naturally green initiative. One of the most exciting things about the MRF is the potential of having an automated food depackaging system there.
Okay.
Which means that
What does that mean?
it means that food waste will be separated from its packaging, like glass, plastic, and metal.
Okay.
And it makes for both of those streams, the food waste and the packaging stream, to be cleaner. So that food waste, which has been depackaged and decontaminated from packaging, will make a cleaner biopulp and can be used in another way. And the actual recovered packaging can be recycled or burned more cleanly and more efficiently in the burners.
Okay, I'm looking forward to when this is in place so we can come check it out. Anthony, do we have a timeline of when we think that will be in place?
We're hopeful for spring of 2025 for
Okay.
depending. I mean, timelines can fluctuate,
Sure.
but that's a good approximation.
But a lot of state funding for that, so that's exciting to have that in place here in Rochester. Thank you so much. You did fantastic. As always, Anthony, thanks for showing me around. We are often here and we're reminding you of different things that you can recycle and cannot recycle, but it's always a good reminder. I always need to be reminded, so we appreciate it. Both of you. Thank you so much. We have to take a break. More details on our website, ktdc.com. Just click Midwest Access. We'll be right back.